Welcome to this video session of Math Matters. In this video, we are going to look at translating from English to math. I have said for years that mathematics is a language. Some people even refer to mathematics as the universal language. Many people would agree that math is a language and it is all Greek to them. In actuality, higher math does use a lot of Greek. What we want to do in this video is to learn how to translate English words into appropriate algebraic expressions. In the real world, problems will crop up and they will be in words. To use algebra to solve the problems, we need to be able to translate. Let's look at some of the common words for key math operations. Let's start with addition. Some of the key words for addition would be sum, plus, add, more than, increase by, and total. Next comes subtraction. Difference, subtract, minus, less than, decrease by, are all some of the common words that translate to subtraction. Keep in mind that order matters in subtraction. We need to be very careful that we translate subtraction in the correct order. Multiplication, product, multiply, times, twice, and the word of are some of the common words that translate to multiplication. Division, quotient, divide. There are not a lot of words that translate to division, but these are two of them. Once again, like subtraction, order matters, so we need to be careful that we translate division in the correct order. Finally, we have exponents, squared or cubed. When you square something, it means you raise it to the second power. Like 5 squared is 5 to the second power, or 5 with an exponent of 2. Cubed means you raise it to the third power with an exponent of 3. In our online homework system, to get something raised to a power, we use the caret key, which is located above the 6 on the keyboard, not the number pad. To get the caret, press Shift and 6 all at the same time. So 5 squared would be typed 5 caret 2. Let's try some examples like in English, 3 added to a number. Something that I have found that really helps is to translate in reverse. What do I mean? Those of you who have learned or are learning a foreign language will probably agree. The way we talk in English is backwards in comparison to other languages. This includes algebra, the language of mathematics. So start at the end of the sentence and work to the beginning. We have a number. We don't know what this number is. It is unknown. When we don't know a number, we assign it a variable, a letter. I like to use variables that go along with the story. Let's let the variable be n for a number. I don't know what the number is, but if I continue to translate going in reverse, I come to added to. Added is a form of add, so I know I need addition. So I need the plus sign. What am I going to add? 3. 3 added to a number translates to n plus 3. Let's try another example. In English, the product of 3 with the sum of z and 2. Start from the end again. We have sum of z and 2. Sum is one of the words that means addition. What are we adding? Z and 2. So we have z plus 2. In the previous slide, the words sum, difference, product, and quotient are the words that represent the answers of the operations. So in this case, the sum would be the answer to the addition problem z plus 2. To indicate that it is the answer, we put it in parentheses, because parentheses are supposed to be done first. Then you take the answer and continue with the rest. If you see the word sum, difference, product, or quotient, look to see if there is another operation that will be performed to the answer. If there is, put it in parentheses. Like in this case, I put the sum in parentheses because as I continue towards the start of the sentence, I can see we are working with the product of 3 with this sum. Product means we are going to multiply. Multiply what? 3, and the sum we just found. We end up with z plus 2 in parentheses times 3. However, just like in English, there are a certain order to things. There is a certain order in math as well. To make it a little easier down the road, it is preferred to do the multiplication in front of the parentheses rather than behind, so we end up with 3 times in parentheses z plus 2. Or in English, the product of 3 with the sum of z and 2. At this point, I want to talk about the symbols for multiplication. There are several. X. Generally in algebra, we don't use the x for multiplication because we use x a lot as a variable. The dot. In algebra, we use a dot to represent multiplication instead of the x. Asterisk. In the modern computer age, the asterisk is used instead of the x. You will need to know this for your online homework. AB. Anytime two letters are shown right next to each other, it means A times B. It is not a two-lettered variable. We do not use two-lettered variables. Parentheses are another way of indicating multiplication in algebra. This is what I used for this translation. We have 3 times what is in the parentheses, z plus 2. Let's do another one. In English, we have 3 more than the product of 8 and a number. Let's start at the end of the sentence. Once again, we have a number. Don't know what it is? Assign it a variable like n, or if you want, you can do an x. Now as I go in reverse, what am I going to do to that number? We need the product of 8 and that number. Product means to multiply, so 8n. If you want, you could put this in parentheses because we are going to do something to the product. Going further in reverse, we need 3 more than the product. More than is keywords meaning addition. So take the product and add 3 to it. Parentheses 8n plus 3. Now, technically, this algebraic expression is correct. However, there is also some redundancy. Because of the order of operations, multiplication must be completed before we do any addition, then all that we really need is just 8n plus 3. 8n plus 3 is algebra for English 3 more than the product of 8 and a number. I want to do one more that has to do with subtraction and show you how it is important to have the right order. The same would also be true if we had to do division, but generally the subtraction is harder to translate. So let's look at the problem in English. 4 subtracted from 6 times x. Again, working in reverse. This time the variable is given to us. It is x. What are we mathematically doing to x? We are going to times multiply by 6. So 6x. Now, still going in reverse, what are we doing to the 6x? We are subtracting from it. How much? 4. We have 6x minus 4. If we change the problem just slightly, 4 subtract 6 times x, we end up with a different algebraic expression. Working in reverse, we have x, times it by 6, we get 6x just like before. But now, beware of the wording. We still have subtraction, but it says to subtract the 6x from 4. This gives us 4 minus 6x, which is very different from 6x minus 4. Be very careful with subtraction and division. Order makes a difference. Read the English carefully. Now let's take what we've learned and apply it to a story problem. Story problems, also called application problems, somewhat simulate real-world math-type problems. Remember, real-life problems are not going to give you the algebraic expression or equation. You will have to translate. Here's our story. What is the total cost of playing golf at a country club for a year if the membership dues are $1,000 a year and it costs $35 per round? Once again, let's attack this in reverse. Last thing it says is per round. How many rounds are going to be played in a year? This is unknown. If we play a lot of rounds, the yearly cost is going to be higher than if we play only 1 or 2 rounds in the year. Since we don't know, it needs to be assigned a variable, like R, for rounds played per year. Now, what is happening to the R? Well, we have to pay $35 per round every time we play a round. Be careful with the word per. Sometimes we multiply, sometimes we divide. Read the story. Does it make sense to divide the $35 by the rounds or to multiply the $35 by the rounds? Multiply. Now we have 35R. Continue with the story going in reverse, and I run into $1,000. But math-wise, what are we doing with the 35R and the 1,000? Back up some more. We are going to total them. Total means to add. Now we have 35R plus 1,000 in dollars would be the total cost for the year for playing golf as a member. If we play 2 rounds, put the 2 in for R. 35 times 2 plus 1,000. Using the order of operations, 35 times 2 is 70. 70 plus 1,000 is 1,070. It will cost $1,070 per year to play 2 rounds of golf as a member of the club. What if we played 30 rounds of golf? Then plug in 30 for R. 35 times 30 plus 1,000. 35 times 30 is 1,050 plus 1,000. That's 2,050. It will cost $2,050 per year to play 30 rounds of golf as a member of the club. Remember, it takes practice to become good at foreign languages, including math. Homework is practice. Stay the course and have a nice day.